Hello everybody, it's the LEGO Inc here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's LEGO review, we're taking a look at set 4500, the Rebel Snowspeeder from LEGO Star Wars. And you might be wondering, hey LEGO Inc, haven't you already reviewed this set before? It looks familiar. No, not exactly. We did take a look at the 1999 version, or it might have been 2000, a while back, but this is not the exact same version. They have the exact same build and figures and stuff like that, but this one's a little updated with new coloring of white and maybe some changes here and there. So yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's a similar set. And this redesign released in 2004 with that really cool blue outline packaging, and has 214 pieces, 3 minifigures, and it was retailed for $20. Now it's a bit more expensive at $50. 3 used and 200 new, so yeah, it's definitely gone up in value. Of course, it is based off the Empire Strikes Back opening scenes on Hoth with the Snowspeeders, and yeah, there's 3 figures, of course, like I just said, and it's a relatively smaller set. So let's get this built and take a look at the figures. Alright, before we take a look at the figures, I just wanted to take a quick look at these instructions. And inside, they have a really cool design for the background with some intricate blueprint detailing, I believe. I don't know what it's really supposed to be. It's like mechanical and stuff like that. And it's definitely better than some of the basic art we just get today with the plain white stuff in the new herb sets. And then we also have, of course, promotion for some other sets, including some ones we may take a look at in the future, like this set, and possibly AT-AT, since I have both as well. So stay tuned for this. So the first out of 3 figures is a Rebel Hoth soldier, and all 3 figures in the set are similar to the one from 1999. I'm pretty much going to be comparing these 2 sets throughout the video along with reviewing it, so you'll be seeing it later, but it's a pretty basic figure. It has a white backpack, white helmet with goggles. He has a blaster gun, which uses that camera piece, and sometimes uses a bazooka as well. We have a little torso with some detailing for the Hoth armor with some pins there, pockets and stuff like that. And then a yellow face with that red hair coming down, which was used on some older figures besides Star Wars. And then after the switch to flesh tones, this face, I believe, was never used again for Star Wars. So yeah, this is pretty much the same as the figure from that set in 1999. Even the same weapon and all that. So here's the one from 1999. He just has a different visor, so they updated that with some goggles this time around. The next 2 figures, however, are the exact same as the other sets, except the helmets might be different printing a little bit. But yeah, we have Luke Skywalker in his pilot uniform. Very basic torso printing for his pilot outfit. Includes his lightsaber as well. That very basic Luke printing on the yellow head that we had in the early days of LEGO Star Wars. And then definitely the best part is that helmet, which is still uses that helmet mold that is still in use today with those Rebel symbols and then some lines on the front of the helmet. So nice little detailing there. Finally, we get Luke's co-pilot Dak, who co-pilots the Snowspeeder with him. Same torso and legs, and then he has a basic smiled face used on lots of minifigures, very common. And then his helmet, same as Luke's, just with blue Rebel prints and not much else. So pretty basic figure, really kind of uninteresting because of that face and then just the reuse of the torso and all that. We get a little radar dish or gun as seen on Hoth, and it's made out of mostly gray pieces. It's also on a little rotating thing, so you can rotate it around to like either shoot or send signals to different areas. We also have a little clip-on bar at the end here, so you can attach a minifigure to like hold onto it and rotate it. We have a hinge here for the actual dish itself, so you can move it down like that or up. So pretty posable. And then the dish uses that round piece and then a long stick out front for the little antenna. So very basic build, but if we compare it to the other one, we can see that they're not exactly the same. Pretty different builds, even different base plates and stuff, so they did make some changes to that side build. And here is the Snowspeeder, and it's a very nice Snowspeeder build for the older era. we'll start with the wings. So the wings have a pretty nice shaping at the front here with some wedge pieces along with the side as well. And of course this vehicle is all white, some little tan and orange mixed there, which when we get through the comparison at the end, you'll see how it's very different and a lot better. The wings have some nice detailing. We have a big cannon here, which uses some round pieces, I believe connected by Technic bricks, which are here. And then we have a bit of tan showing on a few places to show like erosion and how they're kind of damaged ships. We have some sloping here, a bit of orange peeking through. Then we have these flaps, which if you take up, you can see some like printing for controls or like other things, parts of the ship. We also have a print here for ship wiring and stuff like that, which pretty sure is exclusive to this set and looks pretty good. I really like how they use this stool piece in the middle to kind of connect these two areas to show like how the engine runs through the guns, and then we have like at the back these pieces to show the engines or propellers for the ship. The other side of the ship is the same, but we have this printed piece with some stripes going through, which I believe is kind of designating what the ship is. So I don't know if they call themselves Red 5 and stuff in the movie, I kind of forgot, but besides that, the wing is pretty much the same. We have that flap here, the printed piece, the same gun structure, and that engine at the back. Overall, these wings have really nice shaping, and they're at an angle, of course, which is used by some pieces we'll take a look at when we go to the bottom right now. So yeah, at the bottom, you can see how these wings are connected by some hinges, and they're not really movable because they're supposed to be slanted continuously, and that's kind of helped out by these rail pieces on the side so it doesn't go up. We also have some smooth pieces so it's easier to fly around and all that, but besides that, the bottom does not have much detailing. So for the center part, we have a nice little nose area with a print, some orange, more detailing that contains the orange on the sides. And of course we have the cockpit here with that nice little windshield piece used on a lot of these older Star Wars sets. And then we have a smaller windshield at the back as well. And of course you can lift it up as it is connected by these axle points. The only thing is really kind of easy to remove, which I don't know if it's intentional because I think you're only supposed to do that, but also I think it might be because how else would you get the figure in the back there without removing this? It'd kind of be hard to shove it in there. But yeah, we have two seats, of course, one for the back, the harpoon gun, and one for the front to actually control it. We have a nice little print there showing an AT-AT on like the scanner or whatever, and then we have a tile and a stud for you to able to easily remove the character if you sat them down. We also have these like hollowed out pieces. I don't know what they're called, but it makes it so the arms and stuff will fit and the minifigure won't be crammed. And yeah, the seating is pretty much the same at the back here as well. So nice little interior, plenty of room to put both figures in comfortably. And then at the back we have the harpoon gun. It uses the same gun model as the Rebel Soldier, and this is not the actual harpoon. There is an actual one at the bottom, but this one can still rotate down like it does in the movie. And we have this nice little ventilation thing at the back using some of these vent pieces here. And then of course we have an actual harpoon, which you can dislodge with this axle, and this is a pretty common thing. It's a string attached to a harpoon, so you can throw it around, you can connect it to stuff, you can put it around the AT-AT if you want to and knock it down. So yeah, and then it goes out pretty far. You can see how much string is kind of like wound up, so it's a pretty long harpoon that you can mess around with, and you can be pretty faithful to the movie with that. So at the beginning I was talking about how this set is similar to the 1999 version. If you want a more in-depth review of this version, take a look at that one on my channel. I did it a while back. But putting them side by side, you can see they're really not that similar. This one definitely has a more accurate color, being white, and a lot more shaped nicely with the front, with these curved pieces, while this one is kind of just flat at the front. And also right here with the nose, this one's a little bulkier, and I believe the cockpit is kind of lowered down a bit. And then this ship just kind of feels a bit wider. The guns are a bit more smoothed out and fixed on this version, but it does keep the same like flaps that they have there. And then of course the other major thing is at the back the harpoon area. This is just kind of really blocky here. While at the back here we have an actual harpoon this time, and a lot more smoothed out and stuff like that. Well, this one's kind of just a rotating camera piece. So yeah, definitely really different models, but similar box art that we saw at the beginning. So it's not technically a remake of this set, more of like a remaster of it. In conclusion, this is a nice little Snowspeeder set. The build surprised me in how good it looked. While there is definitely more better Snowspeeders that we had in more recent years, it's still a nice little nostalgic build. The figures are not really that good in my opinion. I mean, they are old, so that's probably why they're basic and all that, but it's not too interesting to me, and the side build is okay. So I'd probably give this set a 7 out of 10. Mainly the Snowspeeder build is what appeals to me, and it's cool how they kind of remaster an old set, which you see sometimes today, but not really as often. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some other reviews on the channel. We'll see you guys in another one. Bye bye!